Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome to Brian's Funhouse. Today we're going to do what band's greatest record was their fourth release. This is a continuation of a series where I did what bands had the best debut was their greatest effort, what bands their second record was the greatest effort, what bands their third, and now we're on to the fourth. So welcome to the channel. As always, feel free to comment and like. This is a shared opportunity. We like to talk. I like to chat. I answer all the little comments. Love seeing the same repeat people, and I love seeing some new faces to the channel. So don't be shy. Comment if I was right, wrong, or what your favorite fourth release bands that had a good fourth release. Something. You know what I mean. Now, of course, when we're talking fours, the classic fours, of course, where are we at? Led Zeppelin 4! But is it my favorite from Led Zeppelin? No. I do a Led Zeppelin rank, and you'll see that Houses of the Holy is my favorite Led Zeppelin album. So Led Zeppelin 4 didn't make it. We also have The Police. It's a close one, but since time has gone on, I love Synchronicity the best. Now, way back a year after it came out, I didn't want to hear any of those songs, King of Pain, any of those songs, because they were overplayed by rock radio. Totally. But now, yeah, now I like it. What else do we have? We have Simon and Garfunkel, Bookends. That's their fourth proper studio release. Yeah, I like some other albums from them a little more. And of course, this one, a lot of you would say, come on, it's four. It's literally called Four. But for me, Foreigner, their debut is their best. I mean, I love this, and it has the hits. And like Synchronicity, I could listen to it again because, man, oh man, you couldn't escape anywhere without hearing Urgent and Jukebox Hero 5 million times. So here we go. I got 15 bands and artists where I think their fourth record was their best. Starting off with David Bowie, Hunky Dory from 1971, Changes and Life on Mars. Life on Mars just grows on me every time I hear it. What a beautiful song. Now, Changes was my first exposure to him. Changes in Suffrage City were probably, and now of course a lot of you would say, well, how about Ziggy Stardust, Spiders from Mars? That's a close second, a very close second. But my favorite from him is this one, because Hunky Dory I think is just it's just a good sounding David Bowie album, a little bit of everything. The guy was a chameleon. He did it all. And sure, he is greatly missed. What a great artist. And a damn good actor too, man. The guy was talented. But yeah, if you're asking me what my favorite David Bowie record, I'm just going Hunky Dory, which is his fourth. The theme of this video. Cheap Trick, one of my favorite bands. A lot of you like, I thought you said Cheap Trick. I thought you said Rush. I thought you said Rush. I thought you said Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick and Rush are up there. Cheap Trick, Dream Police, 1979, the title track, Dream Police. I have 3 copies of it proper, plus the picture disc. That's how much I love it. This is just great. They got all dressed up. Let's dress up as Dream Police, like white cops. So yeah, Dream Police, the title track. Voices, Robin Zander, one of the best singers ever. I think he does not get the credit up there. Everyone's like Freddie Mercury, Paul Rogers, Robert Plant, Steve Perry, of course. But why isn't Robert Zander ever in that? And he's held on to that voice for decades after hitting his peak, you might say. Crazy voice. If you listen to the song Voices, and it showcases his voice. Way of the World, as I said before here on the channel, probably my favorite rock song of all time on this album. Dream Police, Cheap Trick, my favorite from them. A little band from New York City. Gene and Paul and 2 of their friends, Ace and Peter, who they would kick out eventually. You got to be cool to be in Kiss, Ace and Peter. I guess you guys weren't cool enough. Or were you too cool? It's a dilemma. Kiss, Destroyer, 1976. This is the best of Kiss. And like, you could do a Kiss Greatest Hits album and just really say it's Destroyer. It is great. Detroit Rock City, got Shouted Out Loud. You got the New York Philharmonic on Beth. Peter showing off his pipes on Beth. Bob Ezrin, from 1976. This is just great. Flaming Youth, great expectation. I just love these songs so much. This is a great album. And the cover art, when people are like, Kiss is just gimmick, Kiss is just merchandise, Kiss is just that. This is a great rock record. Don't let, even if they didn't have this paint on, and they were just 4 dudes, like the Ramones, like standing up against a brick wall, 4 dudes, and they put this out, you would be highly impressed. It's a great record. My favorite from Kiss, their 4th album. Let's go to the Maryland. These guys played in the Baltimore scene. They weren't from Baltimore. I think they're about an hour and a half north of Baltimore. Talking about Kicks, founded in 1976. And this, their fourth album, they were just chugging it, trying to put... Think of all your friends that said, hey, I want to learn an instrument. And how few of them actually learn an instrument. And then how few from that pool actually join a band. And then how few from that pool that joined band actually stay together long enough to record something and put it out. And then take that few of a pool and then say how many actually got signed to an indie or a big label and actually put out a physical record. And then from that, how many continued on as a band to put out actually 4 records. You may not know any of your friends that ever did that. It's a really small pool of musicians. Like, we all think of the stars, but the music field, millions and millions of musicians and bands out there chugging away at clubs, but very few will actually stay together to put out 4 albums. And one of the bands that did is Kicks. Blow My Fuse, Boomerang, Cold Blood, Dirty Boys, Don't Close Your Eyes. Oh, Don't Close Your Eyes, that slow song you'll hear on all the 80s compilation. But Blow My Fuse, still got the hype sticker. Their 4th album from the band Kicks. I tried their other albums and they just aren't as slick and produced. To me, I like a slick, produced Kick sound. Steve Whiteman on vocals. I think he sounds best when he's produced. Some bands sound good raw. Kicks, to me, was produced. Their 4th album, Blow My Fuse. Man, that's their best. This band, I'll show you a interlay here of the signed copy of the album that I like from Mr. L. Jorgensen. But I'm talking about Chicago's own Ministry. I'll show you the 12-inch single for Burning Inside, which is an excellent song, off of Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, which is their 4th proper studio album, which came out in 1989. I was graduating high school and listening to some Ministry. My friend got the CD, I got the CD, everyone I knew got the CD, and we're just blasting it away. I eventually got to see it, I should say. My friend put it on tape for me, cassette tape for me, which is how I got a lot of my music. They say home taping kills music. It exposed me to so many bands and made me buy more music than I would have had people did not, tape stuff on tape for me. Anyway, yeah, Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Ministry, my favorite album of theirs. I think they got one more that they're going to record, and then they're done. They're done as a band. This band, I believe I put out a video of bands that I once loved that just, no more. I don't like them anymore. This band, I believe, made that list. Formed in England in 1994, talking about Muse, Matthew Bellamy with that falsetto voice. I do like the one before this, Absolution, and I would have picked that up until a few years ago. I don't know, it's 10 years ago, I'd say. This one started to grow on me a lot. It came out in 2006, Black Holes and Revelations. I saw them on this tour. It's just great album, fantastic band that, in my humble opinion, nowadays the last 2 albums just went too poppy, electronic poppy. They lost their edge, their rock edge. I don't know if they got a taste of stardom and just wanted to turn out pop hit after. But you lost me, guys. Muse, you lost me. Can you come back to the rock world, Muse? Can you please come back to the rock world? Oh, you guys were amazing. Starlight, nice little slow song. Oh, this is good. Black Holes and Revelations. Map of the Problematic. The sounds that come out. Invincible. Oh, this is such a great record. Muse, you peaked. I can say that for sure. You peaked on your 4th album. It's been all downhill since. Damn it, Muse. Damn it. Naked Raygun, they did not do any wrong. All their albums. First album I got from them was Throb Throb. Talking about Naked Raygun. Mid-80s to late 80s. Put out 4 albums with the original guitar player John Haggerty. All 4 are classics. All Naked Raygun, even the 2 after that, are classics. One of the best punk bands ever. Naked Raygun. So, understand, from 1989, if I had to pick one, I do love Throb Throb, though. Love it. I don't know. It's good stuff. Rap Patrol. But this I'm picking because Treason, that guitar intro, that little riff thing, such good stuff. Understand is great. Entrapment. Love the song Entrapment. I think Entrapment is what put it over the edge. And the cover art, like a Mad Max kind of thing. You find this. It's on CD. It's been repressed, reissued, and all that. You could probably find the original here. You'd be cool like me on the original. But yeah, Naked Raygun, Understand. Their 4th album. I'm saying it's their best. Let's go over the pond, as they say. And to the UK, we're going to go talk about the Psychedelic Furs. Mirror Moves, 1984. Their 4th proper studio album. Mirror Moves. Why? The Ghost in You is probably my first exposure to Psychedelic Furs because of the video on MTV. MTV used to play an important role in the world of music and rock. Now, it's still around, I guess, but it's playing repeats of crappy shows. Heaven is probably my favorite Psychedelic Furs song. Heaven, great song. Only a Game, Highwire Days, Heartbeat, I like Heartbeat. Here Comes Cowboys, that's a good one. I think it's about America. Here Comes Cowboys, that's another great song. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with any Psychedelic Furs album. Even their most latest one, which is a few years old now. It's been a while. Even their last release is superb. Great band. Great band. Psychedelic Furs, my favorites of the four. Alright, talking about friends that form bands. The only friends, I mean, I was a little... I was like, hi, bye, hey, what's up, to Matt Skiba, who then would join Alkaline Trio, and they are a pretty big band. But Joe used to come around the house, not this house, when I lived in another house, and his band, 88 Fingers Louie, we'd all hang out when I was in the band, the Bowie, and we'd all hang out together. And Joe lost track of him, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's in Rise Against. And they are a big band. They are a big band. They tour the world all the time. They're coming out with a new album, I think, in August. But my favorite, and I think a fan favorite as well, easily a fan favorite, is their fourth album, The Sufferer and the Witness. This is great. Oh, mine's signed. But yeah, these guys are like just turning them out. I think their third album was superb. The first two were more hardcore punk, and I like them. I like them a lot. But if I'm picking my favorite, you know me, I like the hooks and I like stuff that's catchy. This one for sure, and the one after this is really catchy too. I'm going to do a rank. I think when their new album comes out in August, I'm going to rank all their albums they have. I don't know, they're up to 11 or 12 or something like that. And yeah, this one, Chamber and a Cartridge, Injection, Ready to Fall is a great one. Bricks, oh, I love that one. Under the Knife, Prayer of the Refugee, Drone. I'm pretty much naming every song, man. I love it. Survive is a great one. The Good Left Undone. That's got like a time signature change. It's a really funky, great song. I shouldn't say funky. It's rock and roll. It's punk rock, but it's great. The Good Left Undone. And they play that one usually live. But anyway, Rise Against, I'm saying their best is their fourth. Suffer and Witness. Oh, look here, my favorite band. Did you say Cheap Trick? No, I already talked about Cheap Trick. My other favorite band. Let's go up to Canada, talk about Rush 2112. Just bought a promo copy of this. I bought it for $100. I just saw one go on eBay for $320. Oh, glad I got mine for $100. And I was at the store like, should I pay $100? I mean, it is my favorite record of all time, and one that brings childhood memories and all, but $100. I mean, it is promo, but $100. Now I'm like, oh, thank God. Of course, it's only, all this stuff is only worth what you're willing to pay for it. I was willing to pay $100, so I got it for $100. But other people on eBay are saying it's worth $300 something. This isn't the promo one. That's still on the shelf. This is just a copy of Rush 2112. The Robes Alone says this is their best album. This is the album that they're like, screw it, man. We're just going to sing songs about space and have like one song on a side, and side one's just going to be one song and it's going to be all about space, and who cares, this crazy utopian side, who cares. And then side two is going to be Passage to Bangkok to Twilight Zone, Lessons, Tears, which is my favorite slow Rush song, and Something for Nothing. They get pretty heavy with that one. So Rush 2112, this is their fourth proper studio album, their third with Neil Peart. Late great drummer, fantastic drummer, and yeah, this is my favorite from them. Although I love all Rush albums. I'd say I love 95% of Rush albums. What is that one? Test for Echo. I like that one. And I don't know. Enough about Rush. I've already talked about Rush. Let's stay up in Canada and talk about Saga, Worlds Apart. This is the other version of the cover art. The other one has like an old dude, kind of looks like Kansas Left Overture, I think, with an old guy. But yeah, this is the other cover that a lot of people here in the States are familiar with. Saga. This is, of course, Saga, Worlds Apart from 1981, their fourth one. I think it's their best one. It's the one with On the Loose, and that's how everyone knows Saga. So yeah, you got to pick it because it's the one with On the Loose, for crying out loud. All right, let's go from Canada. We had Rush and Saga. Let's go to Hell. Let's go to Hell. Hell's house band, of course, is Slayer. South of Heaven came out in 1988. It is their fourth one. Now, Rain and Blood, which came out in 86. I do love Rain and Blood a lot. I mean, how can you not? When you think of Slayer, you think of those songs off of Rain and Blood. Of course, you think of Rain and Blood, Angel of Death. powerful. But if I'm going track by track and what record as a whole I like more, just by a hair, just by a horn of Lucifer himself, I'm picking South of Heaven by Slayer. I've seen these guys I never saw them back in the day. I think I was too scared to see them back in the day. But within the last 15 years, I've seen them 3 or 4 times, 3 times for sure. And I survived the pit, lived to tell about it. I mean, pits nowadays are just a bunch of guys skipping around, so it's easier to survive a Slayer pit these days. But anyway, South of Heaven, Silent Scream, Live Undead, Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide, that's a great one. Ghosts of War, oh my god, Spill the Blood closes it out. South of Heaven, 1988, it was about as evil as you can get in 88, man. The 4th one, South of Heaven, I feel is the best. Alright, we're wrapping up slowly. Toto, like Foreigner, what do we call our 4th album? Some guy in the back, probably the drummer. Oh, did you call it 4? Sure, let's call it 4. Toto 4. 4th album, Toto 4. This has got Roseanne on it. And of course, Africa. Oddly enough, my first trip to Africa, I've been there 9 times-ish. My first trip to Africa, I went to Kenya. I get off the plane, into the airport there in Nairobi, and kid you not, Africa by Toto is playing on the PA system. I'm like, wow, this is really cool and really cheesy at the same time. This is crazy. They always just play. Is it on a loop in Africa? They just Toto, that Toto song again. But Toto, I mean, talented musicians. I'm actually going to go see them in about 2 months. I don't know how many. I don't think a lot of these guys are in their current lineup. But anyway, Toto 4. Africa and Roseanne. I do like Hold the Line, which is on another album. I think it's on one maybe before this. I don't know. But it's, yeah. If I'm picking one Toto, I'm picking Toto 4. This one, probably the most controversial one of this list of 15. Maybe. You tell me in the comments below if I'm a complete idiot and I'm missing something. Or you tell me in the comments below if I am correct and the most smartest vinyl YouTuber you've ever seen in your life. I'm going Roger Waters. I know he's got pros and cons hitchhiking. I know he's got Radio Chaos, Radio Waves, and I know he's got Muse to Death, which oddly enough I was looking at a lot of other people's lists online, and that one tops for him. But I don't know, man. I just love Is This the Life We Really Want? His 4th one. It came out in 2017, so it's probably the newest release on this list. 2017. He's 81 years old right now, so he was in his mid-late 70s when he was putting this out. 25 years after his last solo album, which was A Muse to Death. And like I said, I like the other solo albums. Love his work with Pink Floyd, obviously. But I just really like this one. It just grows on me every time I listen to it. I have it on CD and vinyl here. And I just really like it. Sorry. Someone says, what's your favorite Roger Waters solo album? I'm saying his latest one. Is This the Life We Really Want? Alright, let's close it out with a Y band. Why? Because we love you. Fragile, 1971. What a great year. I'm going with Yes. Their 4th proper studio album, Fragile, from Yes. Why? Roundabout. Roundabout is awesome. Yes, I mean, John Anderson's voice is crazy, crazy great. I've never seen this band live, unfortunately. But yeah, Fragile and Yes. I mean, they ruled classic rock radio for a long time. But yeah, if I had to pick one of the albums, I'm picking this one. I mean, and their artwork was awesome too. I don't think the guys in Yes drew it, but anyway. Yes, Fragile. So there you go. 15 bands that I think their 4th album was their best. Thanks for watching.